All right, let's go. Happy Devils Monday. This is the Woo Report, episode 106. I'm your host, Sam Woo, coming to you live on Twitter Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. News coming out a couple hours ago. Travis Zajac, longtime New Jersey Devil, signs a one-day contract and retires as a New Jersey Devil. Welcome, everybody. It's a Happy Devils Monday. Travis Zajac. Travis Zajac. What a New Jersey Devil. The epitome of a New Jersey Devil. Durable, two-way player, two-way centerman, decent size, team player, plays very well defensively, face-offs, retires after 15 years of playing in the NHL. Played for the Salmon Arm Silverbacks, then went off to University of North Dakota, selected by Lou Lamoriello and David Conti in 2004 as their first-round draft pick. Had a couple games with the Albany River Rats, but primarily he was a New Jersey Devil starting the 2006-2007 season. If you remember correctly, Lou Lamoriello having some cap issues. The Devils took a risk, bringing in their young centerman and throwing him into the fire, Travis Zajac. And what a career he's had. A couple major injuries, but relatively very durable, consistent, played 1,000 games with the New Jersey Devils before being traded to the New York Islanders, where he tried to help Lou Lamoriello with Kyle Palmieri on their Stanley Cup playoff run. What are your thoughts? I'm going to ask you, Devils fans, what are your thoughts on Travis Zajac? How he ranks amongst Devils players of all time? I know he did not win a cup, but he did appear in a Stanley Cup final. But I don't think we should hold that against Travis Zajac. I put him in high regard, like Sergei Brylin. Remember that name? Unselfish type of player. Great leader in the locker room. Consistent. You knew what you were going to get out of Travis Zajac each and every game. The big face-offs that Zajac had to take. Because face-offs and winning the face-offs is one of these things that is a little bit underrated in terms of looking at analytics and stats. You need to have control and possession of the puck more times than not in order to control the game. And that's where Travis Zajac really came in. Also, he could play on the first line. He can play on the third line, checking line. He can play on the power play. You often saw him on the penalty kill. Hate to use this terminology, but interchangeable part. You could put Travis Zajac anywhere in the lineup, and he would do well. And that's something that sometimes is overlooked. We look at flashy players like Jack Hughes, players that can put up stats like no other. But every hockey team needs a Travis Zajac, a leader that's, again, always consistently playing at a high level, never letting up on the gas pedal. Zajac, hey, he was always in the weight room. he was always conditioning, always trying to keep himself healthy and in the best shape possible as a professional hockey player. And I'm glad that the Devils have Zajac within the organization as an on-ice, off-ice, player development, consulting, and still being part of the community. Reading the press release, I believe his wife graduated from Montclair State. So, they're adopted. This is an adopted state coming from Winnipeg. But you know what? He's lived almost in his entire adult life in New Jersey. And just like Ken Danico, born in Canada, but now is in New Jersey. And I think it's a good thing. It tells you a lot about the Devils community. It tells you a lot about when players stay after retirement to be part of the community. We know Bruce Driver, Grant Marshall, even Jim Dowd, Colin White. They always seem to be hanging around because this is the place to be. Even if though they may have played with other teams, they always come back. And that tells you something about the players, the community as a whole. Brad says, not an all-time great, but a great all-time Devil. Couldn't agree with you more, Brad. Facebook Live. I want to hear also your comments about Travis Zajac and the other thing, too. Number being retired, perhaps? That's another debate for another day. But I think it deserves a conversation. It absolutely does. Because a player like Travis Zajac, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. He came to play every night. I thought maybe he'd had another 1 or 2 years left. But so happy, 15 years in the NHL. Travis Zajac. And some great numbers, too. I mean, they're not Wayne Gretzky-like numbers, but they are solid numbers. Absolutely solid numbers. Productive numbers. Your thoughts? I'm reading YouTube Live, Facebook Live. What are your thoughts on Travis Zajac? But I think it's a good day. Very good day here at the Woo Report. Also, last night we discussed about the young prospects. Wednesday, they all come together for training camp. And who will make the roster? Who will make the roster from those young prospects? Or are they going to start in Utica? Andreas says, wish he won a cup last season. Love him. Yeah, me too. I wish Travis would have been able to hoist the Stanley Cup. Doesn't mean he can't. I'm not saying he would come back out of retirement. But sometimes you're part of the team. If the Devils do go win the cup, you're still part of the team. You may not get your name, but you're still part of the team. He's definitely a winner. And those are my thoughts here on the Woo Report. All right, so I'm going to drop the podcast a little bit later. Also listen to our podcast last night, Season 5, Episode 1. Scotty and I discussed about the prospects. You can find all of our podcast pages wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart app, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. Mike Rossi, happy Devils Monday to you too. It's going to be a great week here at the Let's Go Devils podcast. Friday night, Arlette's 50th birthday bash at the Stagehouse Tavern in beautiful Mountainside, New Jersey. Friday, September 24th, 8 p.m. to midnight. Special performances by Arlette and her band, The Girls. I've seen some of the Facebook videos of them rehearsing. Also, NJ Devil, the mascot, will be there, including the Woo crew. No relations to me. That's all Devils marketing. That's where the credit lies. So wear your New Jersey Devils attire at Arlette's 50th birthday bash. I know organist Pete and his wife will be there. I'll be there. We're going to broadcast live and attempt to stream live Arlette's performance with the girls, but that's still no excuse for not going. Go, be safe, have a good time. The season is upon us. The season is upon us. Want to thank everybody, all the nice, kind words in the past week, as the voting has ended for the Devils PA announcer position. 10 semifinalists are now waiting, including myself, for who will be the top 3 for a chance to audition at a Devils preseason game. Sounds like fun, but thank you for participating, everyone. Thank you all for the votes. Much appreciated. It's what Brad says is the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, yes, yes. Especially for me, because when you do this podcast and you're in the off season and there's not much news, you really stretch the content, let me tell you. But right now, Travis Zajac retires as a New Jersey Devil. All is good in the world. Thank you, everybody. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.